You know, there's something we have to pay attention to when we are being masters of creating our lives, or what we call manifesting, creating stuff. I said this, you can read all the books, you can go all the seminars, you can buy all the courses. Most likely nothing will change. Nothing can change until you enter a certain state of being. And sadly, though, I think the majority of people or individuals are in a certain state of being that is repelling what they want to manifest in their life. And this is why I'm here to kind of spread awareness and enlighten people on what they can do to change their current situation. So first of all, I'd estimate about 90% of the population is in a state of being called desperation or lack. What happens is most people are using that state of being and trying to manifest. So here's the bottom line. I'm just going to keep it real with you. You cannot manifest, you cannot get the change until you enter a state of receiving. There's two states exist: state of receiving, state of lack, or state of desperation. And I have so many people reach out to me. One particular person, she wanted me to mentor her or coach her, and I couldn't do it. I said, no, I can't help you. And she's like, why you can't help me, Mark? I said, look at your words, look at how you're writing me. You're writing me from a state of desperation or a state of lack. I mean, I couldn't do that to you. I couldn't take you on as a student knowing it's not gonna help you, because no matter what you do, as I said, you can read all the books, go to all the seminars, it ain't gonna change. It's like I'm putting a band-aid over something and not fixing the actual cause. So I told her, I said, look, you have to observe what you're doing. Look at how you're talking. Look at how you're feeling. Look at what you're saying to yourself. You know, people, they want like this quick results. They're like, can I get 100%? Can you help me real fast? I need this. I'm missing out on stuff. I can't do this. It's a state of desperation or a state of lack, and you cannot help someone until at least they can get over into the state of receiving. Now, when someone's in a state of receiving, that's where the magic comes in. Yeah, you can help someone from a state of lack to a state of receiving, but you have to point it out to them so they can become aware. But look, here's the main point of what I'm teaching, and I want to put forth to you guys, is that the only way you can access the state of receiving is through the unconscious, subconscious blueprint map of reality. That's the only way you can get to a state of receiving. You have to get the subconscious mind to see reality differently than the conscious mind does. The conscious mind sees reality as a state of more likely desperation or lack. And it's no fault to the conscious mind, because that's what the conscious mind is susceptible or around a lot. And as I said, most people are in that state, and they're trying to manifest from that state. It's not going to work. So the question is, all right, so how can I get into that state of receiving? Or what is the state of receiving, by the way? And how does the subconscious work with the state of receiving? I didn't know any of this stuff, Mark. I didn't know that I have to be in a certain state to manifest. Yeah, you have to. You can manifest, as I said, but you're going to meet a lot of inconsistency. You're not going to get the results because, like, one of your mind is off. If both minds are off, one of them is off, it's like misalignment. The car's not going to drive straight. It's going to go up there the road. You're going to spend more money on like tires and alignment. You got more mechanical issues because the car's not aligned. The same thing with your mind. So let me tell you what the state of receiving is. The state of receiving is to convince your unconscious mind through programs, through subliminals, through suggestive hypnosis, through auto hypnosis, through awareness. It's basically to convince your subconscious mind that you are worthy and you deserve everything you desire. That's it. I am worthy and I deserve it. Yeah, go ahead. You can do that in your conscious mind. You can say, I am worthy and I deserve it. It's the Band-Aid though. It's the Band-Aid. You know, I can say I am worthy and deserving of something, but do I feel I'm worthy or deserving of that thing? That's what counts. That's the subconscious I'm talking about. Majority of people, look guys, look, 90% of the stuff you're going to read, the programs you're going to buy, the seminars you're going to go to, but 90% of them are on surface level teaching. They are motivation and inspiration stuff, which is good, but positive thinking alone cannot get you into receiving mode. 90% of the stuff you're going to encounter is surface level. The books you're going to read, all that stuff, they're going to tell you basically, hey, you got to think this way. You got to make some action. You got to see it. You got to believe it, which is all good. But that's just surface. That's just to start you off. And that's where they finish. See, it's the start. But you have to finish. The start is important, but the finish is more important. And then you have to get into the subconscious, because it's a mind of emotion and it's a mind of feelings. And what happens is, when you can convince the subconscious, the unconscious, that you are worthy and you're deserving, you're in receiving mode now, because what happens now, the vibration is going to be automatic. It's not like your conscious mind where you have to be aware of something to see it, to manifest. You have to be aware of it to observe it, to experience it, right? In the conscious. And the subconscious doesn't work like that. The subconscious is always going to be aware even when you are unaware. Let me repeat that. It will always be aware even when you are unaware. Let that sink in. That means the vibration will always be constant, and that you'll always start to attract and bring things into your life that you consciously wouldn't be aware of until it comes into your surroundings, but it's attributed to your subconscious. Example, you may start to experience good stuff, positive stuff that you never knew could exist or you never imagined, but it pops into your world and you say to yourself, man, how did I get this stuff? I don't even think I'm deserving it. Look at all this good stuff happening to me. That's because you have changed the unconscious blueprint and you've programmed it. So I want to make this video, I'm making this video to show you that, so that you can examine where are you? Are you in the state of lack or desperation, or are you moving into a state of receiving? Because that's the only way this stuff is going to work. So you got to examine and think to yourself, all right, man, what state am I in? And I'm reading a lot of surface level stuff. I need to get into the deep stuff. And that's where you're going to change. You have to start to read and observe and look at things that show you system or a format. So how do I start to get to the unconscious? What is the unconscious? Okay, what is a map of reality? What is the subconscious blueprint? Okay, how do I influence the subconscious? Okay, how does the subconscious work? Okay, what language is the subconscious? How can I see? That's when you start to know, instead of the Band-Aid, you start to heal the wound now. And it becomes permanent. So I think this is something that a lot of us, we are aware, but yet we're unaware. Because I think we walk around every day and we're just using our regular minds to try to do stuff. We have to understand that when it comes to creating, we have to be in states of beings. It has to be a certain vibration you have to be in to receive what you want. And the ultimate secret to get to whatever you want is to target and change the unconscious map to match conscious intentions. Okay, thank you guys.